Hey guys, let me know if the words match the lips. But we are here, the Psy Tai Podcast, number 81. I'm screaming into the mic because I don't know how loud I'm actually talking. So let me put that on like that. Probably could turn on direct. There we go. Alright, so I can hear myself as I talk. That's pretty dope. So this is Psy Tai Podcast. Sorry about yesterday. I was streaming for like 16 minutes and I did not know. But that video is gone. But we here today. Hopefully y'all having a wonderful morning, evening, night, midnight special, whatever time this is coming at y'all. Enjoy this energy. Take part in this atmosphere. And let's start the conversation. For those who don't know, that's when you combine your mind with your heart. Connect those two circles and let whatever come out. Just come on out. Just come on out. I saw a meme yesterday that was I said, yo, I had to comment just tie on it. It was a meme saying when my heart and my mind like disagreeing or something, they both had like they swords up and stuff like that. I was like, yo, just ties is a combination of that. It's the symbiosis. It's the symbiosis. Shout outs to the whole fam, the King guys, True Life, UL, 50 Psych 55, Exile, Wild Ninja Man, Mr. Yozo, Black Wolf, just everybody out in the fam that's popping in my mind. Just shouting y'all out. Shouts to every single body that ties into the channel. Ties into the channel. No matter how you got here. Crawling, running, dragged. Just thankfully, hopefully you're having a good one. So when you look at this, you're able to make some sound judgments. The Discord is open if you want to get into Discord, have any kind of conversation about weird dreams or open dreams that you remember, what's going on with your day, or anything, psychedelic stories, ghost stories, alien stories. A lot. I've been watching some alien stories, getting back because I'll be up at late night and I'll be able to just turn on something, go to sleep to sometimes. And I was watching, on some moments I turn on old style UFO abduction documentaries. Going back and watching them, they are the classics for sure. They are the classics for sure because it's always the same thing. Somebody was asleep or somebody was out in the field. Some lights came down out of the forest. The lights was blonde and they was like, ah. Then they just look up and they always got the squint. And then they, whoa, what is that? And they're like, this, what is that? I just want to look at that. They just like messing with their field of view. And then they come back and say they was abducted or something happened. Or that they forgot their memory, Men in Black style. They just got dropped off, missing time, stuff like that. I have a lot of experiences with missing time. Where I'm like, yo, it seemed like something, it wasn't supposed to be like this. Just time. But yeah, so that happens. Time is fluid. Time doesn't really exist. So when we get those thoughts or feelings of time jumps and am I in the past or feel like I was in this memory or when that person was talking, I was really there. Just tie. The breadcrumbs always lead to more understanding where confusion comes after you got the understanding. Or be you confused about something else now. It's levels. I'm saying that is levels. But just to be comfortable with the thoughts that come to our mind. Because we always on to something without really knowing that we on to it. That we already on the ball. We go around searching, looking for idols, looking for good memories and stuff like that other people created. Other people's history and stuff. And then we like, man, what's up? And then we just keep looking, searching, waiting, hoping. But now it's game time. Let me share this on the Discord so people can know that we on. Thank you everyone for always coming through. Yo, I was let me post this. And everyone live. I'm gonna write live for real. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm doing. Let me fix this. Like this. Sorry about that. There we go. Yeah, send to everyone. So this is the Discord. If y'all know how to use it, not familiar with it, get on here. You can go scroll down to the bottom. You see we got the Just Tainow talk line. You jump on, just play some music if you're just in the area, or playing some lectures, anything. But this is the one you just click on here. You follow the link, you'll be taken to here. You click on the voice channels, and then you can just tie on just like that whenever we live. And here go True Life channel. Here when they was starting all this Discord stuff in my field. So let me post this in here as well. Just let the fam know. Everyone. Live for real this time. LOL. Hopefully I got this 60 frames a second working pretty good. 1080. Here it is. We back connected. I should be able to get 144 frames a second. And I hear some people pushing 240 frames a second. 240 frames a second. So what that means is that they're playing the same exact game as you. It just looks a hella better. It looks so much better. So most people report, and I reported too, like when you first get into 4K Ultra HD and you got the HDR settings on, and the way that I remember looking at the TVs in the store, my neighbor's TV, the way they moved, my first impressions, I was like, yo, they look fake. Well, it looked real. It looked like I'm just right there looking at them. The way they movements are, it's not that much motion blur. It's just the way that it captures the motion and displays the motion. Hey, King guys, tapping in. Thanks, bro. The way that it's displayed in motion when you go from 30 frames a second to 60 frames a second, and to catch everyone up, just so we all on the same, can be on a similar level understanding. When frames per second is movies is when they're filmed is a frame every second. It's like all drawn out like animation, and then it just played out so fast and fluently that it just looks like my finger is running across the screen. But really, hey Psych 50, hey 55, but really it's like a picture, and then depending on how many frames you have draw up or able to produce and show out, that's how fluid the motion will look, more lifelike. So going from 30 to 60 frames on just the TV and watching movies in 4K really makes it look like you're right there. That, like the way the motion looks, like it's no guessing about how the head gonna look when they turn. Like we always thinking and processing way more than we catch on sometimes. But in psychedelics, you really catch on how much you processing things around you and stuff like that. But the turn of your head as it turns, like you're trying to guess what's on the back of my head. So you got this kind of image in your mind. But so watching TV and stuff, we're using our imagination a lot more in 30 frames and stuff, what we're used to. But in 60 frames, it's like no guessing. Like when the thing turns, it's just there. It's still guessing, but it's just there. It's there. I was looking up the movie Gemini Man. It's a trailer of that to test it out. If you got a good TV set or phone set, Gemini Man 4K, type it on YouTube and you'll be able to see an example of what I'm talking about. That's how I test out this monitor to see if it was really saying what it was about. And why I'm tying this all in to keep the story connected to things we usually tie on is life and reality, and the frames per second that we experience in life at is so high. And I was telling you before how people got these PCs running frame games at 240 frames per second, while consoles, PS4s and Xbox Ones, they're running at like 30 frames per second, an average of around 30 frames for comparison. I know that everybody got the PC game, but and now the next gen consoles is going to be running more like 60 frames and stuff, at least at up to 144p. I don't know about 4K at 60 frames. We'll see, but fingers crossed. But and I want a lot of people to be able to experience this, because it's reminding me of the psychedelic experience when I first on acid, just how acid do something. Acid does all the time. Because mushrooms, they'll make reality seem more cartoony and stuff like that, or more imaginative. But acid, with my memories with it, it made it seem more clearer. I remember like saying, yo, I could see in HD. I could see more clear than what I was seeing before. And I thought I had 20 vision. But now I know I need like some exponents on that thing. Some 20 by 40 vision. 20 by 40 by 20 by 40. Something. Some extra dimensional thing going on. But really it's just seeing what's in front of our face this whole time. But the way our neurochemistry and stuff is based in just, I don't know, I'm just tying. It's allowing us to see it like our operating system is not that updated enough to see the experience reality that we're in at a more high rate of frames, more frames per second, more processing power, higher CPU, central processing unit, than the motherboard and stuff it's all connected to, and having everything all run simultaneously together. Like you connect all of it to the motherboard and you update, and all of that stuff is really updatable. And I'm seeing the classes of even getting into the PC game and relating it to the psychedelic experience, and just because when you come to a psychedelic experience, come off of a psychedelic experience, a lot of us are not able to relate our experiences to other people in words, and even expression is hard unless you're used to just wooing all out and saying whatever or creating whatever already. It get a little confusing to talk about what actually happened. But it feels like you get it feels though you get new operating systems downloaded, getting new ways of thinking. That now you have a way of operating. Now you have a new way of operating. Sorry, I was reading a comment. It was where my cousin commented on the photo. I'm like, time in is just time, but it's alright. But yeah, I'm thinking about the motherboard and the mother, and tapping into the mother essence that we that we experience, the womb and all of that stuff, and the thing that's connecting everything. And it's just it's all cool. It's all just terrific to tie on the computers and everything, because it keeps going. Because people that got $10,000 computers, now some people like Google, they have quantum computers that they're not even working off binary. They working off non-binary equations where they can produce two different results at the same time. Hey, Lil Horn, Nebraska's Peace is Happiness. Wear your mask. Yeah, you don't want to get no ticket. We don't need no tickets. Nobody pay no unnecessary fines. That's my take on it. But it is hard. But I don't have to really experience that much. I am jumping off topic, but I don't have to experience that much because I don't go to the stores that much, and I don't have a 9 to 5. So my pain is not really with the people that always gotta wear it, but it really is. My heart is out to y'all. Because I can't talk in those things. I try to have conversations with people in the supermarket, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna keep this short. I'm running out of breath. But we gotta do what we gotta do. Hey, Blackskin, what's up over there in Thailand? I heard a story about how they got the cases of corona and stuff really reduced over there, because they was the people that run the country over there, they was paying attention to what China was doing, and how China was deleting texts that people was getting sick and coughing for like a week. So they was like, we're gonna shut down everything and take care of this now. And now y'all partying over there. If that's true, let me know. Man, I'm trying to move this back over. There it is. I'm retired and I'm not moving anywhere. Yeah. Oh, Taiwan. Yeah, that's what it is. I said Thailand. Taiwan. That's what I meant. Blackskin out there in Taiwan, living life. Check out his YouTube channel. But yeah, linking to I was talking about the computers and everything, and psychedelics, and us upgrading our operating system, how people are really, they don't test a lot of people though. Oh yeah, that's a factor. That's a factor for sure. That's a factor with all of this. That's a factor with all of this. How much testing is really being reported when they say those numbers in the news? Just time. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, bro. Well, yeah, people who got $10,000 computers, people got quantum computers. The reality that they are experiencing, how can they tell they experience to people just like just like us who trying to relate our psychedelic experiences? I'm seeing why they do the things they do and why we do the thing, because I see we it's no difference between me and anybody else. Why we do the things we do in the tech business. Just like how we say things and word our things after we have a psychedelic experience. It's like sometimes you push things on people, and when you come out with it, like, oh, there's too much, what's going on, you crazy, or oh, I'm not ready, or that's not true, I don't believe that, even though you're saying that and showing me in front of my face. And like, it comes out slowly or through art, because I don't believe in slow or fast with its time, but it comes out through art, through tickling the minds of people with ideas before it fully manifests itself, or manifests itself in a certain way. Just how you on Star Trek, they invented the cell phone. They had the cell phone, they had it on their hip and stuff. They would be able to talk to the captains and stuff, and then they put it back. That technology didn't exist. But it did exist. It didn't exist practical, like I can pick it up and stuff in here. Y'all know what I'm trying to get to. But it existed in the space, and that's why they created it. But it wasn't ready. It was the technology at that period of time wasn't ready for the cell phone, so they just had to like be shown it through TV, through a movie or something like that. Like in the psychedelic experience I've seen in the past, they talked how it was in our art and the esotericness, how they say it went underground into the mystery schools and stuff like that. And it was only spoke about to a few, and then the outside got like the exoteric knowledge, like the esoteric, the inner, and the exoteric knowledge. That's how I feel religion is a lot. That is really an exoteric kind of thing where people got this real awesome esoteric knowledge and know-how and doody-doo-bops, but they producing it and showing it in an esoteric way where it's blended in with all these other things, and everything is cool and fine and dandy. But just look at what you're eating before you eat it, because you are what you eat, you know. Hey, make sure nobody in Discord before I keep talking and somebody was there the whole time. All right. Just getting all my checks in. Shout outs to Jimmy. He wanted to make an appearance on the shirt. On the show. I'll try to make it as realistic as possible. He is on the shirt, but he's here in the show. But yeah, that classic stoner. Take a hit and be like, what was I even talking about? I'm back out of space. But yeah, relaxing and getting hit to everything. It's pretty cool. Religion and being the exotericness of the esotericness of what's always going on, and people putting a real spin on it to the point where they copying other people's spins. Like, there's not even they real twist on it. In the moment, it probably is when they say, I love God because God helped me in this situation. But then when they're trying to teach it, they'll say what somebody else said or what somebody else taught, as if that other person's experience is more solidified or more real than their own life. And that's why we have the Tile channel and the True Life channel, King Oz channel, where we talking about what's happening with us, because we feel just as valuable. We are just as valuable. Not it's a feeling and it's a R and it's a I and it's a who. It's a yeah. We are just as valuable as those people that we talk about, that we look up to. Even the likes of, in my own experience, I had to start saying, yeah, I'm just like Terrence McKenna. I'm just like Kalindi. I'm just like these people, Alan Watts, all these people that in the beginning I was looking up to, listening for hours upon hours. I'll still listen to them. I'll still put it on. I can't really listen to Alan Watts that much unless I'm really like need that pick me up, because it's like, man, I'm saying the same thing nowadays. But I listen to so much. But some Terrence talks and stuff, just because he be telling like stories, it's like reading a book again. When I listen to Terrence McKenna, it's like, oh, I'll read this book again, or something like this fantasy novel and stuff. It's real cool. But still, the mushrooms on trips and stuff, they would show me how I was in the mind of Terrence McKenna. And one time I remember seeing like Terrence McKenna in my imagination, like hovering over the street, like over the horizon of the street, and I was like running, like I see my hands running closer to the screen. I was running that way, or walking, just strolling, whatever it was. But I was just thinking like, I'm in the mind of Terrence McKenna right now. And like it's picking it, like I'm getting my ideas mostly like from things he's at and stuff, blah blah. And I was like, no, I just gotta do something different. Gotta pay attention to my own thoughts. Or not pay attention to my own thoughts, but start creating my own imaginations more, instead of imagining what he said and then going off of that. That's something a lot of people do. They will imagine what somebody else doing and we all do that all the time. We do that a lot, and it's very empowering. It's like taking on the form of a goddess or something like that. Like when people have statues and stuff on their altar and things like that, they're just taking on the form of something that reminds them of a higher form of themselves. So we always going to do that. We're always going to do that. But as well, I like to be in a creative position where the mushrooms have shown me that that's what it is too. The mushrooms have shown me that I can be in a creative position, that I can then put stuff out there off of things that run through my mind that I didn't hear from anybody else, and be comfortable with making an art out of it. Lil Horn of Brass, she said, I hope Little Rock, Arkansas legalized marijuana for recreational use, and I hope universal basic pay becomes a reality where I can pool my monies with people who want to work with me. Yeah, all of those things. You said in Arkansas or Arkansas. I ain't gonna disrespect him like that. Yeah, Arkansas, they need that. Moving out here to Cali, and that's what manifestation. Yeah, I can go into that for years, for millennia, which I probably already am doing. But yeah, I remember being in Philly and wishing for them to legalize it over there, and me watching all the documentaries, and I'm out here in California where I just was talking to the Weed Maps people, and then the guy pulled up, and it was a guy I ordered from a couple times before, same delivery guy. And I was like, yo, what's up? How you been? I ain't see you in a couple months since the Corona thing. I just getting treated somewhere else. A little cheaper too. But but yeah, it was all buddy. And then he pulled off, and I was like, yo, this guy is really like delivering weed, cannabis, Mary Jane, good to my house in his car, handing me money, exchanging it outside of the car, and we don't have to look behind our backs. We not like, yo, all right, let's do this real quick. We just laughing. He right in the middle of my apartment complex. handing me 2 grams of concentrate. And then I told him about the Just Todd channel. Well, I told him about the music video, specifically the animated music video, which y'all gotta check out as well if y'all have not already. And he's like, oh, you got a podcast too? I like checking out people's creative works and stuff like that. Yeah. I did, and I was like, yeah, cool. Thanks, bro. I'm just trying to expand. I'm just trying to spread the word. Put a lot of hard work. I like my little spiels. Because I love myself. I love myself. But that's how it is. Can y'all hear all that? Can y'all hear all that stuff in the background? They like really screaming. While talking really loud. I think y'all can. Hopefully not too much. Hopefully not too much. But yeah, green is a good thing. Plants are a good thing. Life is a good thing. Everything should just be legal. Alright, cool. Thanks, bro. Everything should just be legal. And then they say it was legal unless it hurts somebody. Who's to say who's hurting who? Unless you literally got blood dripping down you or something like that. Like dripping down, or you trying to stop somebody else. That's the only thing that should really be illegal. Stopping somebody else from doing good, which is the second part of what you said, Abraxas. The only thing should be illegal is you should not be stopping people. Even though now we use that as motivation. We use that as motivation to keep going. And we use that as recognition to say, I must be doing something good. I must be on the path. But literally, like, they have whole lobby systems in the legal system. Like, if you got enough money, you could pay if somebody going against you, you can pay for people to lobby against the other person, and they'll say things and little pseudo sayings and stuff that make the case go your way. And it really works. People sit in the audience. I be thinking they do that too, to get the jewelry and stuff and all of that. That's what cigarette companies be doing stuff. It's just certain practices. I guess you do what you do when you really like hone into what you want to create, whether you think it's hurting people or not, or it's benefiting. You know how I do, guys. I'll say what's wrong, and I'll say, all right, I see what they doing though. But still, I like to say what I gotta say. I mean, what Ty likes to say some things sometimes. I actually have something that I wanted to read. I'm not even gonna say that I wanted to start off with, because I guess I didn't. Getting rid of all of those back thoughts that stop me from progressing smoothly. So that when y'all listen, y'all probably could say, hey, man, that thought pop up in me. I'ma just let it keep going too. But this was a song. I can't play the song, but this is a song by awesome talent named known as Princess Nokia. She's from I don't like to say Princess Nokia is from the Bronx, from Brooklyn. She grew up like two and a half hours north of Philly, where I was at. Just saying the resemblance. I'm from similar temperaments and stuff. But to say a little bit about her background, she hones in on her witchhood. Like, she's a witch. She got in her song. She talked about spells. She talked about the mind and all of that. And she's in the underground. She touched the mainstream a little bit, but she really been out since like 2015, and I just found out about her last year. But she's real like synced into a lot of the forces and things that we talk about. A lot of things that around when I was a teenager, I think she's like 24 or something like that. So I'm seeing how when you really stick to your artisthood, you carry thoughts that people call as weird and stuff, but you really live it out. You keep it going. That's why we're going to encourage the youth. We're going to encourage all creeds, all creeds of colors, all cultures to encourage the youth, encourage the teenagers to be creative, to stick to know that your dream can be alive. Why? Simply because you're dreaming now. So what are you going to do with your dream? What are you going to do with your dream? You're dreaming now. You can put it in any terms. You live in now. You experiencing the now. Like, all of those is now. And when you get that in a kid's brain and a teenager's mind and have them satisfied with that, that's how you get the artists that we look up to now. Lil Wayne been rapping since he was 14. A lot of the artists that we look up to, that like made it to the celebrity status, to the celebs, where the common folk or even us call them stars, recognize them as stars. It's literally in their title. Like, eventually when you get to the Thai side of things, you see that we all stars, and you start recognizing the things in all peoples. But in the baseline of things, like even like in the mainstream of things, they're even recognized as stars. Like the people that's been doing it for longer, and then you get the real stars. And you're like, oh, they ain't gonna be a star for too long. And then you get the real stars, and those are usually the ones that be putting in so much work, that's been doing it for so long, that knew that this is what I wanted to do since I was a kid. Or some people that even slip into it, but they slipped into it early in life, as if they, I would say, created this life so that they slip into it. It all just flows back into the same thing. All flows back into the same story, that you create your dream as you go. And when you really, in recognizing it, it's like you start lucid dreaming in life. It's the same thing how people are practicing, once that people that have leveled up here are now trying to practice lucid dreaming and things like that, so they can feel more alive in the other dreams and move around, remember, comprehend thought patterns, and be able to say, I'm not just blindly walking over here, but look over there. Wow, I'm gonna go over there, and like talk to people and stuff, and like, I can probably fly in this dream, or I don't have to be scared in this dream. This monster, I recognize that this is a dream, and that this fear doesn't really exist in a dream, because I can just make it go away by just imagining it, by thinking, by just making it go away, because everything is responding to what I'm thinking on such a high level in the dream, that it's so apparent to me that what I'm thinking is going to change things. So here, a lot of people wake up to the lucidity of this right here. And that comes in the form of knowing that you can create as you go. And that's what the psychedelics do. A lot of people tune into the channel and say that the mushrooms is a thing that clears your that gives you psychic healing, which clears your psyche and stuff like that. All those words. And so it's giving you more clear-headed thinking of what's going on, instead of like waking up in a dream and you're like, oh, I had a nightmare. Oh, like yesterday was such a nightmare. Oh my gosh, I was so scared. I didn't know what to do. I thought I was gonna be able to eat, or I was mad, or thought somebody's gonna get me. I was just paranoid, so I just didn't go outside all day, or I didn't emote this feeling or something like that. It's no more in there. No, I just took one from over there. Or I'm scared to emote this feeling or something like that. When you realize how much you're dreaming, and the psychicness of like the psychic healing really plays a part in that, you realize how much you're dreaming, you start making different moves. You start being more comfortable with who you are, and that's what the psychic healing really entails. Being comfortable with who you are by revealing to yourself who you actually are. Because a lot of us don't know who we are. A lot of us don't know who we are. Or we know who we are to the point that we build ourselves up to. And like and that's what psychedelics, that's why I love the community, and how we all come into this kind of resemblance that, man, it's like we came to this world with amnesia. Because we get this vibe that we always knew, all of these even extra thoughts that we act like we coming in contact with, but it's like, man, I gave myself amnesia so I can just go through those things. Like, just be feeling as simple as that. Like, I want this to be fully immersive. If my thoughts get in the way, I won't be able to enjoy this moment. Dose me up. Let's go in. Jack in. But yeah, lucid life. Ever hear that before? I never did till now. Just talk. Lucid life. Live a lucid life. L-A-double-L. I thought it was gonna be triple L, but that A is in there. L-A-double-L. Live a lucid life. Live. Yeah. This some good tree. This some good ganja. Been smoking trim for a whole month. Disciplining myself, but now I'm back on the high quality, the good grade, and as well. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get back to Princess Nokia. I didn't forget. Stop holding it too tight. It's the only thing I got to hold. I need like a ball or something to tap on or something. I'm just here. Gotta chillax. I'm digging. I'm digging deep in my mind. I'm trying to stretch stuff out. Well, dig stuff out. Yo. I forgot what I was going to say. How good this tree was. I remember me mentioning that. I feel like Snoop said that before. It'll come back to me. But yeah, so I was going on this Princess Nokia vibe and what I was saying about how she was who she was and all of that. Y'all was there. No need to repeat. But the song that she wrote was called Anomaly. Anomaly. And before I do that, because I'm gonna look up the etymology of that word. Something that deviates from what is standard, normal, or expected. That's the. There we go. We back. Anomaly. Unevenness came out in the 1570s. Like, y'all gonna see a lot of the words that we create in the dictionary. A lot of the words, because you just do it. You do it, you prominent about it, you spread it out. I always bring this up. I remember asking Exile, I wanted to know who was the group of guys that created English. Like, not old English, but English, the way that we speak it. And that even developed going through the hood, going through different cultures interacting with each other. It's amazing. It's amazing who we are. Unevenness, 1660s, deviation from the common rule. Deviation from the common rule. I like that. From Latin, anomalia, from Greek, that's the same word, probably just pronounced different. Inequality. Abstract noun. Oh, it's an abstract noun. Never heard of that. From the anomalos, uneven, irregular, from in and not, plus homolos, even, not even, from homo same. Oh, one as one together with, as something abnormal or irregular, but yet one as one together with. So it's all of this one as one together with and is irregular. It's all of those things in one. That's what I like about that word. I love that. I like that word. It's a tainow. It's a tainow, people. But yeah, these the lyrics. And on this and in this song, I'm gonna read it right now. It says and y'all get what I'm trying to say. It say insects crawling on my window, on my jacket too. Fishnet stockings ripped real thin, dirty sneakers too. Graveyard girl, I'm your leader. Walk around with me, see the weirdo things I'm into, things that make believe. The anomaly, the anomaly. 21st century, all the space between. Paved the streets are mean. People got their agendas. That's okay with me. They're all hooked on their programs, but I will set them free. Or this a rap song, you know how rappers feel. I got space and time on my mind. I got bigger things to do. I got voices in my head, they're exploding with the truth. The anomaly, the anomaly, and then keep saying it. Listen, I don't get political government reform. That'd be a miracle. Bloody hands of the government. I think it's time that they get a punishment. Walking around like zombies, stitches in their face. Walk around with your head cut off, but I know my place. See, I know your secrets. Which ones will I tell? Try to hold me in a cage, I'm bound to expel. Then go back to, I got space and time on my mind. I got bigger things to do. I have voices in my head, they're exploding with truth. The anomaly, and that's why I'm saying because it's like you get to this point where it's all these paradoxical thoughts, and you like, what's going on? Like, is this me? How can I be this and that? How can I take on this traits and other times take on this traits? I like supposed to be a role. I'm supposed to play a character. This is supposed to go on. I'm supposed to stand firm and all that. And then it's like, no, I'm a weirdo. And then she comfortable. I'm weird. I'm doing what I do. I'm gonna keep on going. But still, that is what I'm tying on. But altogether, the song is it's cool, empowering song. Cool, empowering song for today's youth, and poems too, for everyone. For everyone. I think that would help a lot of older people out that don't really like older young people music and stuff like that. But if you just read the words, you can see what's going on in the mind of people, of yourself, or what's going on in the world that once you were a kid in as well. And probably if you listen to it, you start unlocking your kid again. And to create some less anxieties, because I'm 28 here on Earth right now in this dimension. And I'm still unlocking stuff from when I was a teenager, when I was 10 and stuff. And I'm like, yo, I actually did like doing that. Or I actually did feel like that. I'm going to now bring that to this present moment and work off that. Create something with that. Do something with it. So all of these things is pretty cool. To play around with. To play around with time. That's what we're really doing. People don't really believe that you can play around with time. And then when people say, oh, you can play time on this, they be like, oh, I can't believe... That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. So how are those memory flashbacks and all this other things and what's going on around the world really relevant if all that's happening is what's in front of your face? Which is a now. Because everything is now. There's no future, there's no past, no seemingly past. It's seemingly no future and seemingly no past. It's like all happening now. But you know, when you get into the linear time thing or start saying to yourself that time exists and stuff like that. Yeah, get like that. Time exists like that, you just, I don't know, just gotta start getting more with the flow. Start getting more with the flow. And the ways that we've been taught to get with the flow is not really beneficial. That's why we're here together talking now, and the future is always going to be changed. That's what I was saying. Even if the past don't really exist, it still exists in the mind, in the space. Everything still exists. So still going back there and coming up with the story that we came back and went through time and stuff, what is the real difference? But most people, that story is too miraculous for them to go through. But I hear when people really feel like they go into their memories, when they really feel like they visited their childhood, and it really is like tangible, where it's like they feel like they breathe in the air that was there, rather a psychedelic or a traumatic situation, a near-death experience. They about to go broke, they got to come up with a situation real quick, got to come up with a quick hustle. Those is the times where it really is factored into your human equation. It seems like that, oh, time don't exist. I can do this, I can do that, I can heal myself by going into the past, doing some traumas, and then really go out there, go into some past lives and see other lives and see what's going on. And so it's a huge game. It's a huge cool game that goes on in the mind, in this mind space. And when you really get the character, when it's really factored into your character, and it's not seen as something of just pure fantasy, of something outside of yourself. Because if you see it as outside of yourself, you live in that life where it's going to play out like it's outside of yourself. That's the secret. That is the secret. Hey, guys, tap on that on the Discord. Another thing I wanted to mention was that one of the tools that I ran across was I'm gonna show it on the Discord. I finally got this. I got some good lion's mane, and I got the Paul Stamets one. It's probably other brands out there. Soon it's probably gonna be a Thai brand out there. But shouts to Paul Stamets, because he had the he said he take it from the mycelium, not the fruit bodies, so it should really work. And some ashwagandha, I don't know how to say that, but I took it yesterday and it really was helped me like experience some calm situations, some calmer than normal situations. So shout out to you, Well, for pointing that out. Hey, Wild Ninja Man. Hey, I'm chilling. How you doing? I be seeing you be outside a lot, more often than the average folk around these times. Ex-mama. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you in the water. And I'll be seeing you at the park. Well, nothing wrong with that. No harm. Yep. Hey, Blue Bottle. I like how I raised my arm, like, hey, she right there. Yeah. Yeah. I saw you showing your kid doing the Ninja Man stuff, showing that he was on the things, like holding on, see how long he can hold on. I was guessing. Yeah. Yeah, you got to know that you can practice and can build up strength. I shied away from all of that, and then I had to learn. Mm-hmm. Like, oh yeah, I can get stronger. I can get more flexible. That was me when I was younger. And then I moved to North Philly and we didn't have trees. But now I'm out here in Chico. Got all the trees I can ask for. Gosh. There's mountains for miles. That's why I'm glad I just paid off my license, bro. It's been like 4 years, so I'll be able to really travel and like do some hiking and camping and stuff like that. I never had that yet. I had sitting outside my house with a fire. Hey, King guys. Yo, yo. Oh, I'm doing great. Ooh, thanks, bro. Ooh, it's a good thing for me too. I can get things out that I didn't even know I didn't want. That I didn't even know I wanted to get out. I'm like, oh. Oh, it's real positive. I'm seeing what other people saying on Lane where he uploaded on his Facebook. It's people jamming to it. They like the dancing. Thanks. Yeah, it was. I was really at every moment going wild. Yeah, it was amazing. See, like working things frame by frame and having to imagine how it would look moving and then having to draw it and create it moving. And the cool thing with me, well, with this experience was working alongside the computer program. Because I wouldn't have been able to do this if I didn't have the computer program that I made. I would have had to do it the old fashioned way, or the yeah, you know what I mean, by drawing it out frame by frame, like arm move like this, that, this. But I had to learn how to rig the character with a skeleton so the computer can literally learn the drawing and then like guess when I'm moving it around how it should look and stuff like that. And they said they based that off of old old school animation style. So I'm like working with another mind, another self. Like, yeah, it's awesome. The next one will. It's a little Easter egg on the mushroom. Yeah, the last frame of the mushroom when it grows big. Yeah. That's what I felt like. I was like, and that's why I felt honored to do it. Cause like that's what's happening with games and this Earth. We find little Easter eggs around. I was like, oh, got this little idea. Let me slither this in so the people in the know. Gotta be on that time. Gotta be on that type time. Thanks, bro. I was surprising myself as I went along, but now I got it. I'm like, yo, I'm about to start telling people you need a video, but first I gotta get on ours. I gotta make a couple ours alongside, but I'm gonna be really expanding. Yeah, yep. I said I'm gonna start with like 500. Uh huh. I already saw myself inside of a cartoon, like confirming that. You know how I be thinking. It was an animator inside of a cartoon, and she was satisfied with being an animator, and she had a nice life. I was like, yo, that's pretty good. I said, that's what, and that was about 2 weeks or a week before they came to me with this project. Yeah. Go ahead, yeah, he just gotta find the time. Yeah, we're gonna have our own Adult Swim. Uh huh. And soon we're gonna have our own website. Like, that's why I got the computer and everything. Uh huh. It's all a hustle. We gotta do it all. Uh huh. It's all out there. It's all out there already. That's why we talking about it. I was watching that. I watched a good 3 episodes. It's exactly along the lines what we be talking about. I used to be in the past be like they stole my idea. I hate the world. That's why we gotta be on top of these things. Cause when I made the Alan Watts, in the beginning of the video, we just had this fresh idea. Like we gotta put Alan Watts in the beginning of the song. I didn't see that happen yet. And then when I already sent him the sample, they sent me another one, a advertisement on Facebook, and it was talking about Alan Watts, and they like made a little cartoon, and he wasn't like doing nothing much. He was just like looking back and forth, and they was like promoting the channel. He was saying something, you know how Alan Watts be talking, and I was like, yo, that's how the universe be working. That's why I gotta move fast, like as fast as my mind be going with things. Get on board with it. I remember telling True King, that I wanted to get. I remember saying this a couple months. I want to get to the point. I wanted it to get to the point where if I have a trip, I could just hurry up and make a movie out of it. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. And the way my mind is working, I'm already stringing it together like a series of things, like where one episode lead into the next one. Like say I talk about my trip, and then in the next episode I'm going to the store and I meet King Oz, and he's like, "Yo, what's up?" And then and he said, "I'm like, yo," and then somehow we start talking about mushrooms, and we get into a whole podcast about. I bring up a whole podcast where King Oz talked about his trip, and then that get thrown in there. Don't nobody take all of this. But yeah, that's the ideas. Just wipe it clean. Just start fresh. I remember my mom saying, when I was younger, she used to say, "I hope you don't grow up to be a criminal mastermind the way you think." My bad, I went out for a second. Hold on. Hmm? My bad. The internet cut off anyway. It had for some reason it just cuts off and start up, and every day during the show I say I gotta call this and that, and I never do. I gotta do it. I gotta call the. I don't. I reset it the router and everything, but I gotta call them and yeah, but it shouldn't be cutting off like this. Well, I gotta call it Xfinity and just ask them to reset my internet from their point or something like that. See what can happen. Paying them all this money, but still, let me not have that. Yeah, just for the sake that I, just for the sake that I'm working with your company, give me your best. Yep, people don't know how you treat somebody goes a long way on so many different levels. Cause no telling what they was willing to do for you. And you know how us humans get. If you rub us the wrong way, sometimes you'll never know what we had planned. Hey, hey. Let's keep singing. Ooh. Mhm. Mhm. Woo! Feeling good. Yeah, that's a cool encourage. Thank you. Yeah, it's a certain thing called the pan. It's mm-hmm. Click on the uh huh. Yo, bros, click on the oh, Black Dragon, that is Black Wolf. Hey. Hey. All right, all right. Doing good. I was missing a couple shows, so I was guessing that was you in this account. I was right. Nice. Nice. It's like a Pokemon. Mm-hmm. That's how I am. You see how that little the starter Pokemon, you see they final forms. It's it's like, yo, how did Charmander turn into Charizard? And then it got shiny Charizard, and then it just keep going. Mega Evolve Charizard. I still watch Pokemon. Matter of fact, it's a new one they just made out. Black Wolf. It don't even have Ash as the main character. They each like 6 minutes long. I was like, what? I was watching like 2 o'clock last night. That's probably why Pokemon on my mind. They don't. No matter how many badges and stuff they win, and even if they track, they pass. He just act like me. He act like he always forget. That is a thing. That's a magical thing though. That's something that does happen that keeps that enthusiasm alive. Cause he do still always win. 34? Oh. Oh. Ah, right on point. Yeah. The Japanese version. Oh, yeah, I was like 5. He was 30. Oh, you already had a whole life going. 13, you was entering the new gates. Oh yeah, 30. Hey Buddha. Oh, butter. Just like butter. And those are the people I always admired on TV shows too. When they had like the nerd that was like the person that was still a kid but adult in like the friends group situation. They had the toys and all of everything. I was like, oh, that's me more. You gotta keep it like that. Keep the inner child alive. Keep the inner child, cause that's when we was most like trying to soak in everything and trying to express everything at the same time. And we like, I know who I am, but I'm still listening. But this how I am. Yeah, I have a 5 year old. She's about to turn 6 on the 23rd, and eh, yep. Last night she tried to tell me I go to sleep when I want to. I was like, it's a little far, but I hear it. But just that's just the first thing that popped in my head. But she'll say things where I'm like, oh yeah, that's your character. Like I see the how everything came together for you to say thing and present yourself like that, and you confident. You like, well, this what you said before last week, or this is da da da. That's what I'm going off of. That's why we do pay attention. We nowadays I see in our family paying attention to like us right here to what we take in and stuff. And even if we take in something wild, to how we taking in that wildness. And that's why like EXO, you were saying how we like adults, but we kids too. Like we can process things a little more, but we still got that kid vibe going on in an adult body. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Uh huh. That's how I had the feeling, bro. I had the vision of being a one man band one time, and I was just playing along what was going on, just making everything happen. Like, oh, this sound effect go here, or I need the kazoo here, and it was just all fun. It was all fun, like, and that's why I get it now. What from that experience I get now remix culture, and why we like to remix and in games when things glitch and stuff like that, or anomalies happen. That's like a kid playing with reality. We like threw that in there so it can laugh or something funny, or make the mouth big and enlarge. Like, you know how we laugh with psychedelics so much, and when we see things moving and like, yo, it's like, yo, I knew it was like this. We do that, or to just have a little fun. Bill got a bit. I'm just thinking about the levels. Like, if somebody first tripping out and look at their hands and it's starting to grow and get bigger, they be like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" But then an experience one, like more. There we go. That's his true name. Woohoo! I was about to say woohoo. I got your cool backed up already. Yeah, that's dope. That's what be happening. We see why we latch on to or even manifested the things that we have now. We always taking care of ourselves in many different ways. Hmm. And since we so programmable, whatever our emotions, well, whatever my emotions be latching on to, it will make up that thing, and that thing can manifest in different forms based off, like, it'd be one emotion but come out in different ways, different ways. Yeah, we need our security and things that just keep us going. Memories would, I mean, memories. Mushrooms would do that. Bring something up from your childhood, and then like, oh, like when I was wanting to make, I built this computer I have, and before that, I didn't even have the vision of me building a computer. But then when I was starting to look up stuff and I don't know when what happened first, but in the mix of me getting imagination of building a computer, I started getting a vision of when I was in third grade, and one of the teachers took me to the side and asked my teacher, "Can I stay? My mom, can I stay at the school and stuff?" Because he wanted to build a computer with me. I was like the only one out the class he asked to come over, and we build a computer. And I was like, "Yo, I've been building computers since third grade." So like, I'm getting that motivation I'm trying to uncover as much as my childhood memories now, asking the mushroom and meditating and stuff, so I can get on board with what I already been doing. So I don't gotta keep having trips and being like, oh, I gotta find something to do, express myself. Like, all right, I know. Let's keep it going. Let's keep the trip going. There'll be no real separation more. Less separation between trip life and normal. Well, you know what I mean. But it's a wild path. Run across a lot of scary thoughts. But it's mostly only scary because how the people put it. That's about it. But what you gonna say? Whoo, bro, that's wild. That's wild. Cause then it's gonna get to three. You know they got the virtual reality, and then once you can touch the virtual realities, they got it something now with the new Valve controllers where you can squish the. It's pressure sensitive when you squeeze your hand, so you can hold a rock a little bit or crush it a little bit, or they got something where you can just crush it in your hands. And I'm like, yo. And then the influence. I know you know about influence of cartoons and stuff on people is going to grow the more people interacting with the world and the more high definition it gets, where they're going to start influencing political things. Like Trump is a Twitter. I only see him on TV and stuff, but he mostly speak to the world through Twitter. So you just see his little avatar, and that's where he mostly speaking from, that Twitter avatar. And then you just see his fat self, his big overweight, not eating healthy self, walking and talking, and then the people that's really paying attention, they making fun of that self right along with you, but they looking paying attention to the Twitter Trump. They like that's the real Trump. It's already happening, dude. That's wild. I just thought of that. But everybody is thinking. I keep disconnecting, reconnecting. What is going on? My internet's going haywire for a bit. But yeah, I don't know if you heard me, Black Wolf. I was saying they're gonna have the AR goggles where you can have. Wow. I was saying something about the characters coming more alive, and with VR and even with AR technology, having the glasses on or something, and then having the holographic people. Yeah, and AR. Yeah, well, not in AR, but putting on the putting that is something to think about. Putting on the AR goggles, so then the holographic people or creatures, whatever, will augmented reality. So you like augmenting, changing around the reality you already in, like that you see already, without going into another space. So imagine that. That's like talking about cartoons and stuff influencing people. You're gonna be walking right next to them. At least that's my vision. I want to create that app. But yeah, it's something to be, just something to look forward to, really. And the future always seemed kind of scary, but that's just because we got a lot to work out right now. With everything that pop up, everything when it comes to gender and then how what people feel and all of that, because it's a lot of things that come up, when I'll be bringing up things about the future and stuff like that, and I ran across things through different ways, like through either through science, or I'll come through the path through esotericness or something like that, or psychedelic or whatever. But just like thinking about manipulating DNA and stuff like that, and calling it natural or unnatural. Hurting itself, destroying itself because of traumas. Mm-hmm. Asteroids. Yeah, asteroids are little spaceships. Little spaceships. They do say that. That's how the Earths and different planets was forming. Mm-hmm. Tell me. Following that story. Mm-hmm. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. I was watching. It had to be. They got obelisks. It's an obelisk in Washington D.C. Oh. For real. Hmm. And for me, it came full circle with the alien stuff. Cause I was like, the aliens. Even if people say the aliens is us. Like we working with ourselves, just on another dimensional level. It was this African shaman. Yeah, tech is just a tool. Yep. Oh, yep. Oh, you talking about the water ducks? Mm-hmm. Talking about the water ducks? Uh-huh. Oh no, no, I was going with what you were saying about the aqueducts and stuff and how they consider that grand technology and made them superior to all the other civilizations around them because they had clean water and they just get their water from here to there without having to do the old school way. Oh yeah, 30,000 years, 10,000. 30. Yeah, there is no. Mm-hmm. Just like we say, America ain't shit. Yeah. Uh huh. Time never stopped. Time kept on going. People kept evolving. And let it flow. That's what we need. I was going to chime in what you said earlier, Esco, about the them having the technology way back when. It's a old African shaman. It was shared on the Facebook group page. I think I've shared it. I should see why I'm talking, but he was talking about how he was how about the ancient African cultures and the different interdimensional things or beings that they communicated with that was just there. It wasn't like, oh, they came from here, they was just there. Yeah, and one of the species he was talking about, he said, well, a lot of people would like have will say this about this. I forget what he was saying specifically, but he said what I think is that this is actually that was actually us. He said even if it was from the future to see us to come back and like talk to us or something, but that's us from the future or from another time, but that's us talking to us. He didn't like he was trying that was the whole point of the video. He was trying to make a difference and like change some thoughts around. I was like, oh, that's what I heard a lot of other people saying and myself. So right on board, right on board. I'm looking for it now, but I didn't share it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. You got little junk men. You got little junk men making Millennium Falcons and stuff. It does. Bro, yo, I got a story for you. Not an answer, but a story. In Tomorrowland, it was another the so-called smart technical people created a side civilization that was in another reality. Yeah, remember he had the intuition to build and stuff like that, the kid, and he wanted to fly. He just had dreams that he wanted to fly. And then once he was getting the technical know-how and built his little rinkety-dink jetpack, he was introduced into the other world. He was introduced into the other world where he was then saw where they had all this other cool technology at, and where now they saw that that his brain was at a certain, or that his self was at a certain point where now he can be introduced to all this other technology and stuff. And I'll be thinking, what if that be happening here on Earth and stuff? Hey, King guys, I see the at the joint. But what if that be happening on Earth and stuff? And like our minds, like once you like push yourself to do something, like those ideas will start coming to you to start manifesting, like with the car mechanic, and then eventually you start working on putting a rocket engine in your car or something, or you just like keep on upgrading, and then yup. That's why we had apprenticeships and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's Philly. I'm I'm about to look up school buildings in Philadelphia so y'all can get a clue. What I had to do. All of them was brick, red brick. Where my mm-hmm. And bro, y- y- no, no, it's not. It is because I worked in the school district in Philadelphia, and I'm a like I went to schools in Philadelphia, and they started building. They rebuilt West Philadelphia High School, and remodeled the way the hallways are and shaped, and they put glass like glass walls, and it's just real modern, and the kids there really shaped up. Like it was that school was known for fights. Let me start with that. It was known for fighting. Oh, you go to West Philly. Yeah, you go to West Philly High, like yo, like don't mess with them, or that's how it is in that school. You might get beat up in the hallway or something. But since they remodeled the school, it changed the whole vibe of the place. And now I'm looking up stuff. Now I'm looking up something, and now I'm seeing. Remember, I said all the schools in Philly look the same. They all made to look the same on purpose. What happened? Woo! Woo! Yep, all of them mint herbs. Yeah, I know. Hey, remember I was saying that all the schools in Philly look the same? They was all made to look the same on purpose, and that's why when I worked at the other school, it changed it. It was all built during World War II by this one architect named Iron T. Catherine, and and it just seemed like you in an old timey thing. Oh yeah, I've been switching around to make sure whoever talking got like the main face and stuff like that. There it is. Oh, gotcha, gotcha. I worked at this school I'm looking at right now. I'm like, this looked too familiar. This was the last school I worked at. Yeah, and I used to go in the balcony up there in the corner, and I used to sneak a couple puffs in real quick. I was too brave. But but yeah, when I was working there, well, other kids was doing that. Well, kids was doing that. I was working. It's so square, like every definition of the word. And now I'm out here. Now I'm out here in Cali, and I got my daughter in like a half homeschool, half well, I homeschool her and she go to a building just to still like be with people, but it's not even a building. It look like these people rented out a space, a cool space, and then it's the Thrive program, and they've been working to map it out so each room is a different classroom. Yeah, this is an old high school. All of them. This is how the elementary schools are too. All boxy. What's it called? McKin High School. Oh, came right up. There you go. It do look like a courthouse. They remade it. Oh. Gotcha. This one right here, McKinney Senior High. Oh, fights break out first day of school. Mm-hmm. Whoa. Like you brought this to our school. What? Oh. I ain't had any of those. Oh, that says a lot. That says a lot. Uh huh. Gotta have some kind of idol. Some. That's what they say. Gotta run your full character off of one group of people. They get us like that a lot. But that's funny. Hmm. Hey, True Life in here too. Popped in. Yep. Nice. Well, I'm gonna wind up doing the same. True gonna have to start a clothing company. All right, I'm gonna give you some clientele. Start with me. All right, let's do it. That's something you I see that people do when they're at a certain level in life. Like you start recognizing that your buddy got a skill. Your buddy, other buddy got another skill. We don't all gotta try to learn how to rap. We don't all gotta learn how to do the same thing. And you do different things and then come together, and bang. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Just because the opportunity is there too. And that's what I'm used to. I can use this, buy me a soda. Yeah, opportunity. Or if we was in competition, it'd be a little friendly competition. But don't you? Yeah, all the time. Uh huh. It's friendly. Mm-hmm. What you gonna say, Black Wolf? I'm about Black Dragon. Now that's off my radar right now. Yo, I posted. I to be funny real quick. It was somebody being funny on TikTok, and they was pranking their teacher because she was taking the class all serious and saying you can't eat in this class, and he's like, don't you think some rules don't apply when we're not in the same space? And then she was like, no, rules are rules. and, and then he said, I'm not wearing any pants right now. You think anybody else here is wearing any pants? And then she said, "You can't make that decision for other people." And then he said, "All right, everybody, just get on up." And then they all got up and they all had on boxers and stuff. I'm gonna share that there. It's a funny tie sync. But yo, my grandma was the one that was promoting me to keep on this track of like doing of being kind still and having being friendly to people even when being in the business and stuff like that, because you get turned away. Like my kind of like my well, I can speak for me. I was getting turned away from business and doing business because I was thinking that it was something like, man, if you doing business and stuff, like that's bad. Like you thinking too much, you doing too much, you this, you that. It's not like it's too much. Things need to be way more simple and keep it like that. And then my cause my experiences when my grandma tying it, I was seeing that was coming up because my experiences in the field. I was like, who are these people? And to me myself, I wasn't feeling like I wasn't being as honored and respected and stuff as I should have, as every employee should feel like, because every employee should really be up. But we do work our levels up on a bigger field. But I was like, I shouldn't be like being treated like this, or I should be in this position, or I shouldn't be going like this, and the way that they talk to me and stuff like that. So now she would encourage me and say, still be kind and know that that's what she said. Still be, I forgot to point in my story. Still be kind and know that not everybody in the world is like you. That's what she said. Not everybody in the world is kind and stuff like that. It is some like cutthroat people or like people that we see destroying, well, running things the way they are, which in turn destroys and is not really that friendly on the surface. Oh yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's how she put it. And that's what I had to do. That sums it up perfectly, Esco, with the poetry, the knowetry, because you already know, exile, the knowetry, because you already know what you're saying. Just trying to put in poetic so we can try to get a glimpse of what you're thinking. Knowetry. But yeah, it's like that.